let's look at the VirusTotal integration specifically. Let's say you want to leverage this. How would that work? So in this case, both my organizations are already subscribed to it, so that's fine. I don't need to subscribe to it. But I want to start using this. So let's kind of go a little bit through the motion. So in this case, there's two steps, right? We have the VirusTotal API key, and then we have the rule itself. So I will copy the rule here. And then I will go to one of my organizations and then integrations. And you can see here that we keep API keys for various integrations. So that allows, specific service or API to leverage it if you'd like. So in this case, I already have a VT API key set, but if not, I would just go in VirusTotal, copy, update. Then I'm going to go into my DNR rules, create a rule. Just going to call it VT. So this rule is, I'm not going to go into kind of the full details. We have edu.limacharlie.io as well as, webinars and YouTube videos and all that will cover it. But here's the critical bit, right? That I really want to raise. It's the use of LCR://API/VT. So this is how you're going to refer to an add-on in as part of a DNR rule, right? LCR stands for LimaCharlie resource. // so just like if it was HTTP. API, so that's the type of resource. And then VT, which is the name of my resource. Resource names are global, are unique globally. So in this case, what I'm saying is, hey, whenever there's a code identity that comes in, I want to take the hash that's part of it. Code identity is semi-deduplicated hashes. And the metadata rule is something that you'll see a lot in the lookup operator. So lookup operator, there's exactly what it says, which is it's going to take a value from the event, look it up against something. In this case, the something isn't a threat feed, but rather it's the VT API. And the metadata rules is going to give, is another DNR rule that's going to apply to whatever the VT API gave me back. What it gave you back is very simple. It's a list of all of the antivirus engines that have said that this hash is malicious. That's just what it is. So in this case, all I'm really saying is, look, if that list has a length that's greater than 1, then I want to match this detection. So if more than one antivirus engine says this is bad, and then you would just go in and decide how you want to use it, right? The add-ons, you'll see a repeating pattern is most of them, especially API and API lookups and any services that require you to make a request, they're not going to force you to use it in a specific way, right? You're not forced to implement threat feed in a mode that is spam everything in my SIM. That's really, really bad, but rather it'll expose it as more of an API so that you can choose, I don't always want to generate an alert from this. That's kind of a silly way to go at things. But maybe I want to generate an alert if it's, from my sales team that has a tag on these sensors. Or if those two rules happen, then I want to do something else, right? So in this case, just like simple example, I would say report, and then the name of the detection is VT. Simple as that. Create the rule. That's it. So that is an example of using an API like VirusTotal. I have not mentioned it, but another really, really cool one. Again, I'm trying to kind of show you to expand a little bit the horizon of how you think about doing detection and response in general. Security operations. Things shouldn't be just about taking a threat feed and generating an alert and spamming everybody and then trying to buy 5 other solutions in the back end that will apply some magical ML to reduce things, right? We really want to kind of bring DevOps. So here's another thing that you could use as part of your detections, which is the IP Geo API. So this will allow you to do IP geolocation on IP addresses as part of a DNR rule. You could do it on network connections coming in, right? Maybe you want to say if there's a network connection coming in from China, then I'm going to do something. But you can also do interesting automations around maybe policies, in that organization that you're dealing with. For example, here, this one I say, whenever a sensor connects, I will look at the external IP where they're connecting from. And I will look that up against the IP Geo API. The metadata that it's going to give me back, which is what you're seeing at the bottom here. So we use a provider, a commercial provider of geo data. So from that metadata, which you can see there's a ton of information that comes through, then, I'm going to choose how I want to evaluate this. Maybe in this case, I say, you know what, if the country is in European Union, right, is in the EU, maybe I have some type of policy that's different where, I want to prevent them from accessing something, or, all things like that. So you could automate that very easily with the DNR rule, which I think is super cool.